Hello, my name is Simmer Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to what might be one of my favorite builds I have ever made and one of my biggest builds I've ever made. For starters, we're in Brindleton Bay. This is I believe the lot is 50 by 50, maybe 60 by 60. I can't remember, but it's that big lot in Brindleton Bay. The house on it is quite opulent as is, so of course I wanted to create something similar. This house is going to end up being, I believe it's 5 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms. I think when I put it on the gallery I may have listed it as 6 bedrooms and I don't know why. I'm positive I counted, and I'm looking at it now and it's definitely 5 bedrooms. But it does have a detached garage living space. I decided not to furnish that one just because there is a lot going on in this lot already, and I figured if I did do that, that's just adding more items and things, so it may not run real well on computers if you have a slower computer. So I decided not to furnish the other lot. However, the other building on the lot. However, it is quite large, so you could definitely get a whole other house in there. You could probably get another, I would say a good 3 or 4 bedrooms in there if you really wanted to. Or of course you could always just do like a garage. My idea for this was like it was a detached garage at one point, and maybe they they renovated it so that it could be like a guest house or like a mother-in-law suite or something like that. But yes, that's this over here. I did have a reference photo. This is huge. This is a huge lot. I honestly do not have the creativity or the imagination to build a lot on this size without a little bit of assistance, because this is huge. I could not have come up with all of this on my own, especially since this is a very different like design architectural style than I usually build in. Usually I'm doing like craftsman style, I guess, and this is kind of craftsman adjacent. It's like a Newport style, I guess is what it's called, or like a Maine style, something like that probably is what it likely would be called. I don't know. When I found the house, the reference photo, I looked up Newport, so that's where I'm coming from. But I don't know for certain if that's really what it is. I don't know. You let me know if you think it's something different. But I definitely did not create all of this on my own, because I just do not have those skills. I'm working on it. I'm definitely working on it, and I'm doing my best. But it's definitely a process, especially for a little poli-sci major like myself, little poli-sci lawyer. Like I like doing big builds like this is so out of my comfort zone. Like the extent of my architectural knowledge really begins and ends with The Sims. I definitely have done some research like on my own, but I don't own a house. I didn't like major or get a degree in architecture or anything like that. My uncle is actually an architect, but an architect? I don't know what his exact title is. He didn't go to school for architecture, but whatever. Anyway, my point is I don't have a whole lot of experience with architecture generally, so I did need a little bit of assistance in coming up with a design for the exterior of this house. The interior is all me, I'm just saying, and as is the backyard space. I really like how it turns out, though. It's super cute. I will say one of the things we're going to end up changing that I change off camera, just so you know what you're seeing. When I do the yard space, I use terrain paint to do like all the little winding pathways and things. But then when I went to the world view, I forget that terrain paint doesn't show up on the map. And I thought it looked kind of silly because all of the pathways that I have are lined with plants, so it looks really weird on the on the lot view or on the world view. So I did go back off camera and add in actual floor tiles for those little winding pathways. But yeah, it's super cute, I think. I mean, I really feel like I utilized a lot of the yard space. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of space I don't use because, excuse me, this is a huge freaking lot. Like, this is huge. So I did my best, but I feel like there's a lot here and there's a lot going on in the backyard. So I really enjoy it, and I hope you guys end up liking it as well. I especially hope that you like the backyard because it's going to take up a very large portion of this video. So yeah, the exterior was a lot, and though the exterior is freaking huge, I mean, this is a 50 by 50, 50 by 60, I can't even remember now, size lot. The inside seemed quite a bit more daunting, so I decided that we would do the exterior instead of getting into the interior. But here we are at the front of our build. If you have been here before, you know that I really like big, sweeping, like pathways like this, but one of my problems is when you join pathways, if you don't make a big join, like a big joined section, you end up with what looks like to me a butt. Like it looks like you drew a butt with terrain paint. So it took me so long to figure out how I wanted the terrain paint to look, and I messed with it and messed with it and messed with it because every time I would draw it, it looked weird and it looked like a butt. So I am a 12-year-old boy, in case you can't tell. That's just where I'm at. Anyway. So we do get a pool back here. I am going to change a little bit of the shape of the pool. Instead of having a flat edge, we're going to have kind of that, the interesting direction, like the, I don't know what it's called. We're going to make it look symmetrical. Let's just go with that, okay? And the edges, the short edges won't be flat. Here's a little gazebo because I felt like it really needed it. I really like this little grove of trees behind the gazebo. I feel like that's so cute. I actually watched maybe it was Deligracy? I can't remember. I was watching a YouTuber, a Sims YouTuber, talk about how they do builds, and one of the things that they mentioned was that they always make sure to put trees and things on each corner of the lot. I'm seeing this is like really stop motion-y. My game was kind of lagging. It's been lagging for the last couple of weeks. I don't know what's going on, but it was really bad while I was building this, which is part of the reason why I decided not to furnish that detached section, because I didn't want to have to deal with it. But yeah, so we have a cute little seating area in the front there, and then this winding pathway along to the back, and the winding pathway kind of goes back to our back patios and then around the yard to the little gazebo area. As I mentioned before, I am going to line all of the pathways with these little low-lying flowers, and I really like how it looks. It just feels like the pathway's been there a while and like the plants have grown around the pathway. But it looks really weird from the map view, like because it doesn't show up at all. So all you see is like rows of plants lining a invisible pathway. There you go. There's our pool. Look how cute that is. Anyway, so I do end up changing that into one of the pavements from, I believe it's Get Together, that I end up picking. As you can probably tell from this point, this is not a pack limited build. Actually, I guess to this point, really haven't done a whole lot. We've got a lot of cats and dogs going on here. And for the most part, it is like mostly cats and dogs and Get Together, I want to say, maybe a little bit of city living, but I do use a lot of the packs, so this is not by any means a pack limited build, but I hope you still like it. And it definitely, I'm like 90% certain you could still download it even if you only had like the base game and those couple of packs. I'm pretty certain that there's not a whole lot of things you'd be missing. Don't quote me on that, but I think you could still download it. So if you only had, base game and cats and dogs, you could probably still download it. So, do with that information what you will. So over here, we're just going to line this pathway, and then I totally forgot that I had that gazebo in the back corner. So we're going to delete some of those plants there in just a few seconds and do our final little winding pathway over to our little gazebo area. If this is not your first rodeo with Sims builds, I'm sure this will absolutely shock you, but I got the terrain paint glitch. At one point, all of the brown dirt terrain paint changed to a different terrain paint that's like the lighter grass color, and then another time, it all just flat out got deleted. Luckily, by that point, I had already lined the pathways, so all I had to do was just draw them back in between our plants. Unfortunately, that means a lot of the shading and stuff I did the first time when I did my terrain paint got deleted. So I was kind of lazy after that glitch, and I didn't make it quite as detailed, but I deleted that footage, so I shouldn't have even mentioned this. No one would have ever known. Forget I even said anything about it. Okay, so over here, this is the perfect patio stuff. So again, you really don't need this little space. There's base game, so you just have to refurnish that area, and I'm fairly certain the table on the other side is base game and cats and dogs. That's perfect patio, that little oh my goodness, the bar. And then over here, we're just going to get a cute little, oh, okay, or you're not going to see it. I put a little bench there off to the side. I love the wraparound porch. It goes around the front and around the side and towards the back. There are a couple places that you can get onto the porch from the yard. One of those, you go to the pool, and then the other, you'll go to, the little like bench. I didn't put a pathway to that bench. I felt like that was probably like a really unused little space, so I decided not to put a whole lot of terrain paint there. I also didn't put terrain paint there because I was tired of the terrain paint glitches, so I didn't want to have to redraw it if it happened again. So, dual purpose. Anyway, so we actually skipped the kitchen, which I'm a little sad about. I originally planned on just doing the floor plan, so I didn't record myself doing that, and I ended up getting a little carried away and ended up building the kitchen off camera. So I'm sorry that you missed that, but I will make sure to go back and show it to you. We'll go into the build in a little bit here when the speed build's over, and I'll give you a good tour, because this is not a very good quality video if I'm being honest with you, because all this stopping and going and lag from the game is really bugging me. So also, I've heard that there's on the topic of that, sorry I'm all over the place. I feel like I have a little ADHD brain going with me here, but on the point of lag, I've heard that there's a mod that you can use that will help speed up or improve your camera or whatever, I don't know. And I haven't heard much about it in a while, so if you know what it is and you have good experiences with it, please let me know. So in this bathroom here that we're working on, I figured this would be like a kid's bathroom, so there's a lot of kid kind of features and things like that, kid clutter. I do not have the bathroom clutter kit because I'm lazy and I didn't feel like buying it when it came out, because I also hate doing bathrooms in general, so I didn't want to do that. But in that bathroom, we have like the water closet and then like the area where you have like the sink and stuff, and I really like that layout. Mostly because I didn't want to make that a bedroom because the layout and like the shape looked weird. Any hoozles. So as you can see, we're into the downstairs area. I'm bouncing all over the place, but we just kind of did the dining room. I really just want to make sure that a dining table would fit there, and you kind of got a glimpse of that kitchen. This here is a huge freaking room in the front of the house. When I was originally putting together the floor plan, I did like a little living space kind of near the kitchen. You'll see me furnish it in a bit here, and I didn't think a TV would fit there, so instead I decided to make this big ass room a kind of like a media room. So in there we got a big freaking TV and a lot of places to sit. You can entertain a whole family. You could have, your kids' friends over. They can come hang out in this room. You can close those doors. In theory, not in real life, because in Sims those doors don't actually close. But I imagine, your Sims kid has their friends over for a sleepover and they all hang out in that room. Maybe they even have the whole, maybe everyone crashes in that room even. I don't know. I don't know what you do. I don't know how you play Sims. But, in real life, if I had a house like this, that's what I would be doing with my friends. My besties and I would all come hang out in this room and watch TV, play video games, close that door. My parents would never have to hear us. We'd just have the time of our life in that little space there. I also felt like that was kind of realistic. I feel like when you have big houses like this, you usually have like a media room or something like that, so I went with it. And we're going to really quickly jump into the dining room real quick before moving over here to our office space. I was really all over the place. As you can tell when I was building this, you know, I'd do bits of a bedroom and then change to the office and then do the gym and then go back outside. I was all over the place. I was all over. But, you know, I feel like I kind of do that anyway. Like, that's just kind of how I build. But anyway, so here is our little office area. I wanted to have a cute little space to do your work, but also like a little place to like sit down and hang out. I'm also going to plunk in a couple of items for cats and dogs. Oh, it looks like you actually didn't get to see me furnish that front living room. I wonder if I didn't record that. I can't remember now. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry that you missed so much of the interior, actually, because you didn't even get to see me do that dining room either, or the little breakfast nook area. I don't know. That's weird. We'll go in afterwards and you'll see it. If that had been in here, honestly, this video would have been like an hour long. I've already cut so much of it because it was crazy. When I got in here to do the voiceover, it was 45 minutes, so I had to cut a lot of it, and now it's like 39 minutes, or I think it's like maybe 33 minutes. I don't know. We'll see. But I was doing my best. I was doing my best to make it as watchable as possible and have it not be super long, because apparently I'm one of the only people who enjoys watching super long content. So we are now into the second of the two ensuite bathrooms. This is the ensuite for one of the bedrooms that's upstairs. The other ensuite bathroom is downstairs. I didn't really have a plan for which one would be like the quote-unquote primary bedroom, but this one is the larger of the two bedrooms with the ensuite bathrooms, and this bathroom is bigger than the ensuite downstairs. So maybe this one is the primary bedroom? I don't know. You play the way you want to play. But this room is freaking ginormous, so I feel like if you give it to anybody other than the owner of the house, it seems a little odd. I don't know. That's just me. But this is a huge bedroom. This is a huge bedroom. Honestly, I feel like this bedroom ensuite combination would be like the perfect size for a apartment in The Sims, because we all know the apartments are huge. And of course, staying super true to my roots, I'm going to put a little seating area in this bedroom. I really like that. In my bedroom right now, I don't have a little space where I can sit. I used to, but then the plants in my room kind of took over, so I had to get rid of the chairs so I could make room for more plants. I'm addicted to plants. In case you didn't know that, I'm addicted to plants. Anyway, the whole point of that was to say that I used to have a little seating area in my bedroom, and now I don't have a little seating area in my bedroom, and I really miss it. So I really don't have a good place to read now. So I really try to put in like cute little like reading nooks and stuff like that in The Sims, even though they may not necessarily use them. I feel like it's realistic. So I like it. I like the cute little space. I guess that's the color pop kit. More kits, and if you don't have them, so sorry. And onto this little curvy area. If you haven't built with curved walls, maybe you've seen someone else build with curved walls, and you know that curved walls are not a fun time. So to largely avoid the problem with curved walls, I decided just to stick another little seating area in this little circle there. Okay, so one of the issues I think I have with this style of house, like the Newport style, is that you end up having the like roof line come down onto like the walls. So as you can see, this bedroom doesn't have any windows because that little roof line there takes up all of our window space. And I tried to do something kind of funny, kind of funky, maybe put in like a little alcove or something to stick out from that roof section, and A, it looked ridiculous and stupid, and B, the roof still ends up cutting through, so it didn't work out. So instead I decided to put in one of the doors that kind of has a little cutout. When I went to Scotland over the summer, one of the Airbnbs that we stayed in, the bedroom I was sleeping in, didn't have any windows either, and instead had a big window into the kitchen, which had big windows outside. So you still got natural light in, it just wasn't directly into the room. So I kind of did something similar with this bedroom. I used one of the doors that kind of has a little cutout window above it, so you can still get some natural light. There's not a whole lot of natural light going into that hallway, but I figured, you know, that's better than nothing. So as you can see, we have a very yellow color scheme in here. It's kind of yellow and blue. I think it's really fun. I haven't used that bed that is there on that little platform. I don't think I've ever used that one before, and I do end up changing the color to better match our color schemes in here, but I've never used that bed, and I don't know how I've missed it, but somehow I have. And then I decided to do that platform because, you know, we're missing windows, so I kind of wanted to make it a little bit cool, and this is a really big bedroom, so I felt like it needed something. So as you can see here, we're trying to change the bed color. We end up going with this one because I feel like that blue matches the blue on the walls a little bit better, and I really like it. Well, I guess the bed is Dream Home Decorator. I guess that little lamp on top of the nightstand, which is also Dream Home Decorator, I believe that little light rack thingy is Tiny Living, and that little desk is Paranormal Stuff. So when I said that I tried to make it pack limited, I guess it is not. Well, I knew it wasn't pack limited, but I did try to like sort of limit what I used, but as you can see, I really didn't do that. Here I'm trying to do something kind of fun. I really don't like that the like the book end isn't on the flat side. Like I feel like, I guess binders kind of stand up on their own, but I feel like that little clutter piece really needs to. So I decided to put the little cat decoration from the Cats and Dogs pack there on the end to make it look like it's holding up the other side. So I kind of thought of this as being a teen's bedroom. The original idea was to do kind of like a pink color scheme. I really like that bed that was just there, not the hexagonal one, but the other one. I'm going to use that eventually. I just saw it and I was like, ooh, cute. Anyway, sorry. ADHD brain. Remember, I mentioned that earlier. So just keep in mind that that's the vibes, not only for the build, but also like for this voiceover. So I'm so sorry. Anyway, I just had to go with this kind of green color scheme in here. I really like these green tones. I particularly really like that Parenthood rug. I feel like it's super cute, and I love those. I think it's Tiny Living, the little plant decorations, the paintings, pictures. I really like those too. So in here we're going to get some shades, and I put in a lot of the clutter stuff from the that's not base game. I can't remember what pack it is. I'm so sorry. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to remember because it really bugs me when Simmers build and they put in like a cute item and I have no idea what the item is from. So I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to let you know. But I really like those clutter pieces. Parenthood. Those are from Parenthood. Yes. Anyway, so we're going to try to get some decorations here. I end up abandoning the idea of putting like decor on the wall, and we ended up getting a hanging plant and some shoes and a couple of other little like clutter pieces there next to our little dresser here. Yeah, like those magazines. I feel like that's super cute. I feel like that really suits a like a teenager's bedroom. I feel like when I was a teen, I had like magazines and stuff like that all over my bedroom. All over, especially because at that point I was still kind of into putting up posters from celebrities I liked. So I would take out like pictures of celebrities from the magazines and put them up on my wall, especially Zac Efron. I love Zac Efron. Like, yum. LOL. Anyway, so we're now into this little cutout area here. I didn't know what to do here. That is like the general theme for big houses. I don't know what to put in all of the little areas because I've never lived in a house so big that you have empty spaces, or that you like I literally can't think of anything else to put there. So on these big builds that tends to happen a lot, and I tend to just make it seating because well, I don't know what else to do. Anyway, so here we do have another little seating area like I mentioned. This is super cute. I don't know what it is about this little cutout, but I am obsessed with it. Like I would love to just sit, and I don't know. I don't have any excuse. I have no reason, but like look how cute that looks. Anyway, so also up here we're going to get a foosball table. I think is the one I picked. I can't remember if it was the foosball table. I felt like you just kind of need that. And again, if you have a lot of kids in this house, I feel like it'd be very suiting to have like a ping pong table or a foosball table or something like that. Over here is another bathroom. It's one of the smallest bathrooms in this build. but it seemed like a very odd little cutout to make something else, and since I don't have laundry, I decided we're gonna do another little bathroom. When in doubt, make it a bathroom. Anyway, so this is now going to be our toddler's room. This is a big room for a toddler. I'm not gonna lie, but it's okay. I still like it. This bedroom, I will be completely honest with you, the whole reason I picked out the color scheme is because of that rug, that city living rug. I don't know, but I really like that rug. It's one of like the fuzzy ones, and this particular shade, the like wine color, I guess that could be, is beautiful. I'm literally obsessed with it. Like I don't really love the color like red. Like I mean I like it, but it's not like my go-to. I'm usually like a blue or a green kind of gal. But that color on that rug, I don't know, man, it just makes me so happy. It alters my brain chemistry. I'm a huge fan. And the fact that like we've got stuff that match it from different packs. I mean, I just put in the monster little toy box there, and it pretty much matches that rug perfectly. Why? I don't know. Anyway, we're basically done with the interior of the build and the build generally. So we're just going to add a couple little finishing touches, and why don't we go into the game so I can give you a real tour of this build, shall we? In game, look at this beautiful house. I am so obsessed. So anyway, this is our detached changed garage, however, whatever you want to call it. Again, this is not furnished, so have at it. If you want to furnish this, if you want to delete it from the lot, you do you, but I like the idea of having like a detached renovated little thing there. So here is our lot. As you can see, I did change the brick there from the terrain paint. Got a lot of these dang trees, man. And we're still kind of lagging. I think I need to like go in and maybe delete some stuff because it's just kind of bugging me a little bit. Anyway, so here is our backyard. I don't believe you ended up seeing me put in this because the windows and this guy were a pain in the butt to put in. Here's our lovely freaking ginormous pool. If you ever want to have over all of the Olympic swimmers, they can all swim in this pool easy peasy, lemon squeezy. They'll all fit just fine. So here's our little wraparound patio. I didn't do the patio trick because I was feeling kind of lazy, and I didn't know how to do it in something that isn't like a corner, like a perfect 90-degree corner. So over here is our little gazebo. I decided not to do a whole lot here. I just did the little chair there because those are super fun and I never use those. So, but yeah, super cute. And I like the little grove back here. Like I mentioned, this is probably one of my favorite parts of the terrain, oddly. It's literally just 5 trees, but I don't know, that little corner makes me so happy. I would love to like sit out there with my coffee or my tea or whatever and read and just kind of enjoy the day. So yeah, that's the exterior of the build. Also, look at this freaking view. Like, this is probably one of my favorite worlds. I've said it before and I'm gonna keep on saying it because look how freaking gorgeous this is. Anyway, anywhoozles, let's jump in here. Let's go into the interior of our build. So here is our little entryway. Fun fact, I pulled these off of the gallery. Simsational 2. I don't remember who created those, but you can find art off the gallery and just download the room. Usually it's just a wall and you can place paintings. I did that and I think I put a couple of them in here. Yeah, so we got a couple of there too, a couple of there. It's super cute. Anyway, this is that big media room I was telling you about. I really like this space. I like the color scheme in here with like the pastel yellow, light brown with the blue. I feel like it's very suiting for this kind of house, and I would love to just veg out on this couch and watch some TV on that TV. It looks great. Anyway, so let's go on an actual path here. So this is our little living space. Again, I didn't want to do a TV in here because it just seems kind of small. So instead I did kind of like a little formal seating area. And of course, gotta have a little seating in front of the window because I always do something like that. And then a little piano because you gotta have a piano, a grand piano in a house this size. And here, this is our like our little breakfast nook area, maybe like the informal dining. Of course, gotta have stuff for your pets. This is our little like galley style kitchen. I really like how this turned out. It feels very comfy and cozy. It is a little small compared to the rest of the house, but you know, can't win them all. Can't win them all. I really like that. And then over here is our lovely little dining room. I really like how this turned out too. I really like this house. like I mentioned at the very beginning, this is probably one of my favorite houses I've ever built, and like every room, there's honestly almost nothing I would change. Don't look at this. Don't look at the gym. It's super small. I didn't know what else to put in there. I decided to be lazy, so I didn't do a whole lot. And here, this is one of the ensuite bathrooms, or ensuite bedrooms. That's the ensuite bathroom. This is a really small bathroom too. It seems a little out of character for a house this size, but whatever, it's fine. So we have two kind of small bathrooms. But I really like this build. I really love this room. Honestly, I am kind of thinking I might need to make some Sims and live in this house for a little while, because I'm a fan. Look at our cute little office space here. Super cute. There's that first bathroom that you saw me do. This tile is super funky and fun. Gotta have a little fish tank, and there's the little litter box that's kind of hidden there. And yeah, that's our downstairs. So why don't we go on up? And whoa, hitting too many buttons. Up here is our little like hangout space. We've got a little like reading nook area, lots of books to read. There's our foosball table. Here is what I imagine to be one of the kids' bathrooms. This is really cute. I like the kind of openness of this one, and then you walk in and you have the closed off bathroom. I feel like this is kind of helpful if you have a lot of kids. To me, this is like the ideal bathroom setups. And you could have one kid who's like, you know, doing their makeup, brushing their teeth, whatever, and then someone else is in here like going to the bathroom, so that you're not having like, you know, someone who can't get into the bathroom at all because somebody else is using it, you know, whatever. I think that's cool. Anyway, so down our hallway here, more cat stuff, very important. We have this big freaking bedroom. Again, I don't know like what you want to do, but I would imagine this would be like the primary bedroom. I feel like that's probably more realistic since it is so freaking big. But then again, I don't know if you'd really need a primary bedroom to have a computer in it when you have a whole office. I don't know, whatever. So I did do 2 sinks. I really like that in real life. I prefer having 2 sinks, and I like the idea of them being detached, because then you're like not getting in each other's way. You really have defined areas so that like this Sim's stuff is all in this one, you know, whatever. Anyway, I don't know if that made sense. I feel like I'm rambling. Anyway, this is the rest of that bathroom. We go down our hallway. There's our other little seating area because we need 1,000 of them. Here is that bedroom without the windows, but I still really like how it turns out. It still feels super cute, even without windows. It is what it is. Here, of course, we have that teen's bedroom in the green. Oh, excuse me. I really like it. Of course, more stuff for animals. I kind of think that they probably have a cat, because most of the things in here that I've put in for animals would be probably for a cat. Here's our other bathroom. I feel like when you have this many bedrooms, you really need that. And I also feel like it's very bougie to have the same amount of bathrooms as you have bedrooms. I don't know why, but that's how I feel. There's my lovely rug. I love that rug. But like, look how perfectly those things match. Like, why do they match so well? They're from different packs. Who knows? I wonder if they did that on purpose. I don't know. Anyway, I really like it. Super cute. But yeah, that is the entirety of our build. I hope that you enjoyed it. I guess we can go look over here. We can go look at the detached garage. Again, I didn't do anything in here. I did put floors in here, I guess, but I didn't do anything. No stairs, no nothing. I figured if you wanna build here and you wanna use that space, go for it. If not, also fine, no problemo. Anyway, let's take a quick look at the back of the house because I feel like we really didn't do that. Super cute. But yeah, that's the build. I hope you enjoy it. This is the Brindleton Estate. You can find it on the gallery. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. I put out new videos on Mondays and on Thursdays, so come back next Thursday for another build. Come back next Thursday for another short lifespan video, and next week will be all builds. So thank you again so much for joining. I'm Summer Sky. Please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you around. Sending you all the positive energy, all the good vibes, and happy simming.